Hey guys, welcome to the Profilux 4 initial setup video. Today we're going to show you how to set up the Profilux 4 controller using only a web browser. Whether you're on a Mac, PC, or mobile device, this video will show you how to get your controller up and running for the first time. To get started, power on your P4 controller. After a few seconds, the P4 will begin emitting its own hotspot signal. Using your Mac, PC, or mobile device, search for nearby Wi-Fi networks and select the GHL DEV hotspot network. If you do not see it, power off the P4, power it back on, then wait 15 to 20 seconds and try again. As soon as you select the hotspot network, you will be asked to type in the password for the hotspot. Type in Starfish. This is the default password for your P4's hotspot network. Once you're connected, open up a web browser window. We're going to use Google Chrome browser. In the address bar, type in 192.168.4.1. This is the default IP address of the P4's hotspot. You will now be asked to enter the login name and password for the P4. Type in admin for the username and Starfish for the password. Press the Enter key and wait for the page to load up. Since this is the first time connecting to the P4's web interface, you'll be greeted by the initial setup screen. Choose a language, then press Next. Here is where you can choose to link a MyGHL Cloud account. MyGHL is the cloud service that allows you to access your GHL device from anywhere in the world. Since you're not connected to the internet right now, we can skip this step for now and select No. Select Done and wait for the dashboard to load up. Once you see the dashboard, you are successfully connected to your P4. Now it's time to connect the Profilux to your Wi-Fi network. Press the menu icon and select Network. Enable both client and access point mode. Select the blue gear icon to the right of client mode. In the SSID field, type in the exact name of your Wi-Fi network. Type in the exact password to your Wi-Fi network. When you're done, press Apply. Next, press the blue gear icon to the right of access point mode. In the SSID field, type in any name you want to give to your P4 hotspot network. This will be the new name of your hotspot signal. Whenever you search for nearby Wi-Fi networks, you will no longer see the default GHL DEV network listed. Instead, you'll see the name you entered here. We're going to call this P4 hotspot. Type in the password you want to give to the hotspot network. Once that's done, press Apply, press Save, then confirm by pressing Yes. The P4 Wi-Fi module will now apply the settings you just entered. If all your Wi-Fi information was entered correctly, you will see the green Wi-Fi light on the P4 turn on. If you see this green light, the P4 is now connected to your network. Now it's time to reconnect to the P4's hotspot so we can finish setting up the P4 basics. Using your Mac, PC, or mobile device, search again for Wi-Fi networks. You will now see the new name of your P4 hotspot network. Select it and enter the password you assigned, then wait to connect. Once you are connected, press the refresh button on your web browser. You will now be reconnected to the P4. The next step will be to find out what IP address was assigned to your controller by your network. Press the menu icon and select Network. Write down the current IP address that is shown on your screen. You will need this info later on in the video. So now let's set up the general settings. Press the menu icon and select General. Select the language you want displayed on the P4 screen. Set the time and date, then set the time zone based on your location. If you wish to set an audible alarm, you can do so here. If you want an audible alarm, but only within a certain time range, you can also set that up here. If you wish to set up a PIN code, you can do that here. Once you're done entering all the information, press Save. The next step will be to connect and assign PAB devices like your power bar. PAB devices are basically any GHL device that communicates with your Profilux controller through the use of a PAB cable. PAB devices can be GHL power bars, dosing pumps, ion director, and more. If you look at the side or back of your PAB device, you'll notice there are two PAB ports. These ports are used for connecting to other PAB devices. Anytime you wish to add a device such as a doser, you have the option to connect that device to either an available PAB port on your P4 or to an available port of another PAB device. Here's a quick example of what a connected PAB system looks like. As you can see, PAB devices can be daisy-chained off of another device. At this time, you can connect your PAB devices to the P4. Make sure these devices are powered on. Once that's done, press the menu icon and select System. Select Assign and Configure Connected PAB Devices. Select Assign Devices. You will now see a list of devices that have been detected by the P4. Select the devices you want to assign, then press Save. Press Yes to confirm. Your PAB devices have now been assigned. If you are installing more than one power bar on your P4, make sure you assign the numbering of the second power bar by pressing the blue gear icon. Since the first power bar is located on switch channels 1 through 6, the second power bar should be set to start at 7. A third power bar 6E would begin at socket number 13. On this same page, you can also set the fallback state of the selected power bar. PAB power bars give you the option to specify which outlets should be on or off in case there is ever a PAB communication disconnect from the Profilux head unit. By default, all outlets are set to power off. If you want to have certain outlets stay on in case of a disconnect, select those outlets and press Save. At this point, you can now go ahead and connect your probes to the P4 and calibrate them. After you do that, we recommend you go to the settings page for each probe so that you can give them a description and enable measurement recording. You can do this by pressing the menu icon and selecting Dashboard. Select the probe from the Sensors tile. Type in a description for this probe, then enable measurement data. Doing this will allow the Profilux to record your values so that you can later view it on a chart. Repeat these steps for all the probes you want to track. For the last part of this video, we're going to show you how to connect to your controller through the app. To do that, open up the Google Play Store or Apple App Store and do a search for GHL Connect. Once you've found the app, download it and open it up. Like before, you will be greeted by the initial setup screen. Select the language to display in the app, then press Next. If you wish to link a MyGHL Cloud account to the app, press Yes. If you have a MyGHL account, go ahead and type in your login information. If you do not have an account, register for one by pressing this button. After the account is made, come back to this page and log in. On this page, you can choose to sync the settings from the app and your GHL devices. Tap Yes to enable cloud storage. If you'd rather not sync your settings, tap No. Press Done and the app setup will be complete. You will now see the My Devices page. Now, let's add a dedicated connection so that you can connect to the P4 through your network. Press Add Device, select the Profilux 4, and select Add a Configured Device. In the host/IP field, remove the pre-filled numbers and type in the IP address of your P4. This will be the IP address you wrote down earlier. Once that's done, press Next and type in the name you want to give to this connection. We're going to call it P4 Home. Press Done and your newly made connection will now be listed. This is the connection you will choose when you are within the range of your Wi-Fi network. So now let's add a backup connection. Press Add Device, select the Profilux 4, and select Add a Configured Device. Leave this page as is and press Next. Type in the name you want to give to this hotspot connection. We're calling this P4 Hotspot. Press Done. Your new connection will now be listed. This backup connection will come in handy because if your Wi-Fi network goes down, you can still connect to the P4 wirelessly by using this dedicated hotspot connection. Just make sure you connect to the P4's hotspot signal first. Select the first P4 connection to connect to the P4. Seeing the dashboard means you are officially connected to the P4 through your network. From here, you can now customize your GHL dashboard. To do that, simply press the brush icon. By pressing and holding down the four-way arrow, you can freely rearrange your information tiles. Pressing the red trash icon will delete that specific tile. Pressing the grid icon will allow you to edit the size of that tile. If you want to add new tiles, simply press the plus icon and select the tiles you wish to add. Once you are satisfied with your dashboard, press the check icon to save and exit editing mode. If you wish to see current notifications, press the bell icon. All your warning and alarm notifications will be posted here. Warnings will be shown in yellow, and alarms will be shown in red. Additionally, the Connect app also provides you with shortcut buttons on the dashboard. Let's say you wanted to change the temperature probe to read in Fahrenheit instead of Celsius. Instead of going through the menu options, you can simply select the temperature probe and the settings for that probe will be opened. To change the displayed temperature value, press the Display option, select Fahrenheit, and then press Save. We are now going to show you how to add your P4 to the cloud. Press the menu icon and select System. Enable MyGHL by choosing Read Only or Full Access. Press Save. Select Add this GHL device to MyGHL. Give this cloud connection a name, then press Add Device to MyGHL. Press the three dots to the right and disconnect from your controller. You will now see a new connection listed under the MyGHL category. This will be the connection to choose whenever you are outside of the range of your Wi-Fi network. As a bonus tip, if you would like to share your device access with an existing MyGHL account owner, you can do so by pressing the blue gear icon to the right of the P4 cloud connection. When you press the Add button, you will be able to type in the email address of the MyGHL user you want to share access with. Press OK and then specify what type of access you want to give. Press Save and you'll be all set. That wraps up the P4 initial setup video. If you have any questions about this video or any GHL product, feel free to contact us on any one of our support channels. Until next time folks, take care.